if there's anything that you'd like to add, you can always just keep talking as well, okay?
Okay.
You can either answer just yes, no, or if you feel like sharing more, you can also share if you feel like it, okay? Okay, so number one is, and also like Ahava said, you have to answer as honestly as possible, okay? Like, you can't not be honest with yourself.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
They also too, they say,
So-
just like in school, first thing that comes to your gut intuition or your mind
Yeah.
is usually an answer that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it just, you know, if you think too much, because what should I say, then you're already not being truthful because you're trying to figure out how to say it. Just
Yeah.
say it.
Just say whatever comes right to your head. Okay, don't think about it, okay?
All right.
Jenny, talk a little bit louder. We'll save this and then we'll do everybody too. We can do this with the scanner too.
Number one, is your life full of drama and emotion, peaks of happiness and valleys of despair?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have a pen? Are you writing that?
Okay, we're gonna write yes. Would you like to elaborate on that further?
No.
No. Okay. Number two, do you have a history of being rejected or abandoned?
And it doesn't mean physically. It can be emotionally. You feel like mom or dad just
Yeah.
didn't talk to me enough. I just never.
Yeah, emotionally for sure.
Emotionally, okay. Number three, are you a compulsive do-gooder or people pleaser?
Definitely.
Yes, because he's just like me. We're very much alike.
I'm 3 for 3 now, aren't I?
But he's also one of my very favorite people.
Aw. Are you a compulsive rescuer or caretaker?
Yes.
Yes, wow.
Yeah.
Ahava knows you very well.
I do know it really well.
Are you constantly separating from your significant other and then returning?
Not returning really, but I should be.
What, you just returned?
I just returned actually.
Just returned.
Goodness, okay.
No,
So-
having a tough time with that one. Yeah.
Let me ask that one more time.
Let's do that one again.
Are you constantly separating from your significant other, then returning?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You separate and then come back?
We'll try.
Trying.
Trying.
Trying. Yeah.
That's another thing we've had in common.
You gotta. Let me answer these.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let John answer them.
We can do the group thing where people can answer too, because we all see how well we know each other. 'Cause
Right.
It does. It shows
Right.
out, right?
Although you're pretty good at.
I
But
know
let me
you.
answer before
Okay, I'll be
before you
quiet.
say something.
Okay.
Okay. And are you always on, trying to be the center of attention?
No.
No. Okay. Does the same type of miserable event happen over and over to you with different people in different situations?
Used to.
Used to. Okay. How so?
Repeat the question.
Sorry, I know it's a little bit confusing, but does the same type of miserable event happen over and over to you with different people in different situations?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you answered
It was always the devil talking. It was only what I was thinking.
Okay. So you answered used to. Did
Yeah.
you mean to say yes or used to?
Used to.
Used to. Okay.
Yeah.
Used to. All right.
I would say no now.
No now?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Used to, but no now.
Yeah.
But no now. That's a good self-reflection right there. That you realize that you used to, but you no longer do. Okay. Do you isolate?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And in what way?
I do like my time to think.
You like your time to think?
I do like my time to think.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What do you do to isolate?
I usually go for a drive.
Go for a drive?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So, yes, going for drives, right? Going for drives. Okay.
I do a lot of thinking throughout the day too.
You do come across as a thinker. Yes. Do you react rather than respond?
Again, I used to, but
Yes.
not anymore.
Okay.
I respond more now
You respond more now. Okay.
versus react.
Okay, that's very good. Self-awareness. Okay. Do you continue to have a desire to abuse substances such as drugs, alcohol, food, sex, or shopping?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And which one?
I definitely have an addictive habit, and I've always had an addiction of some kind. But I've recognized that, and that's not to say that I don't backslide at times. For example, I used to drink a lot, and I very rarely drink alcohol anymore. But I just came back from having one of the best 3 weeks of my life, going back to my family and being able to see them all. Long overdue, and great conversations, and beautiful babies, and it was a wonderful time. And I came back to this life and this way of walking that I'm trying to walk in the way. And I came back, and the SHIT hit the fan, and it did really, really hit me hard that it was a test for me to see how I would respond to that. And I can't say that I responded the greatest. I did a little backsliding, and I drank 6 beers, and it felt great last night. But I went to that addiction spot within me, and so one day, yeah.
I think that's the humility, John, and the progress, and
It's
it's
one
not
day at a time.
perfection.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I
know.
look at you like just a lot how long I've always just loved John. He's been one of my favorite people. His heart is so big. But I've seen you grow so much too. I've seen everybody in our group grow so much. And that we've all come up with challenges. But the cool thing is, this helps us. I think this is going to help us doing this kind of work. So we'll stick with it and just realize it's just part of the journey. And we don't have to beat ourselves up if I remember when I used to have 6 beers and get 45 days put together without a drink. And I would have 1. Or, if I'm going to have 1, I might as well have 6, right?
Right.
I mean, because I blew it. But that's how it was. It was all or nothing. It wasn't progress. I was never looking at it like progress or perfection. Just little, you're doing way better than you used to. But I took that with her the other night, and 50% better, John. So this is fun because we can mark our progress.
For sure.
And have our friends.
So was that a yes or a no?
I went ahead and put yes for
Yes.
that. Also, thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
And like Ahava said, it's about progress, not perfection.
Right.
And at least you caught yourself in that moment and
Yep.
you knew that you were going into that headspace.
Yep.
Okay. So, do you fantasize about something happening that will rescue you and make your life happy?
Oh yeah. That is the belief. That is the belief that he has died for us, and then there's also the fleshly things. And yeah, I'm like everyone else. I still have fleshly desires, but I try to.
Well, I mean, like, do you fantasize about something happening that
Yeah.
will rescue you
Right.
and make your life happy?
Right.
Like,
So, for example, a lot of people think that, I mean, the big one is money. Money will save their situation.
right.
And that can't save your situation at all.
It can make things easier.
It
but
can make things easier for you to hide the truth,
yeah, it's not like the
from
answer
yourself.
That's
to
true.
everything.
right?
Yes,
It makes it easier for you to hide the truth from yourself.
yes. It makes things easier, but it's not the answer to everything.
Right,
It's not the solution.
right.
Yes, I agree. Are you a workaholic?
I used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to some extent I still am a workaholic because I have a responsibility,
Right, right.
and I have to take that responsibility and do the best I can, right?
Yes. So you feel that you have a responsibility, which makes you feel that you are a workaholic?
I make sure that I get the job done.
Okay. You make sure you have the job done.
Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily make me a workaholic because I try to create systems that take care of that.
Oh, okay.
And so efficiency, yes.
Efficiency.
Yeah, so I'm not really working harder.
No.
Try to work smarter.
Yes. You prefer to work smarter versus working harder. Okay. Do you destroy relationships or career opportunities by acting out?
Yes,
Yes.
so many times.
Okay. Yes, so many times. And would you care to explain why you answered in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I just recently had the opportunity to get a promotion. My boss actually called me and reminded me to apply for his position when he was promoted. And it would have given me a lot more responsibility and would give me the opportunity to be with my family in Colorado, where my marriage started and where my daughter wants to go to vet school. and I turned it down. I didn't even apply for the job. It was an offer. Like in reality, he wanted me to go
Take
for
it?
it, to take it. And I had been prepared to do so, and I didn't take it. And I knew the reason why I didn't take it was just another step up in the world in like my slavery, right?
Slavery.
And I don't want to live for the world or the things of the world anymore.
Oh wow, slavery.
I have no need for the things of the world, really, anymore.
It's hard once you taste authentic to go back to the worldly things because it doesn't taste like
It
it's
doesn't
good
taste authentic anymore.
at all. And even when you get the next thing and the next thing and the nicer car, and then it's just like kids at Christmas, they play with the boxes because that's more fun. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's authentic, right?
So you turned it down, the job.
I turned it down.
I'm glad.
But I've done that several times, and it was self-sabotage in a lot of ways, and it was self-sabotage in almost every one of the ways that
in the past.
in the past.
But this
Like
was a
it didn't
choice of
it
growth.
it wasn't just to this question.
Just in general.
In general,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Does your voice get high and tiny sometimes when you share?
No.
No.
Or I like to add to that one, Jenny, because it's like kind of seems like it's more targeted towards the women. Does it get loud and real authoritarian? We should add that in there as we're because guys can tend to be normal, and then
That's
when
also
and then they get very threatening in that stance, and I know that.
that's a like for me, like that was a phase that I happily got through quick and realized I was wrong.
Oh, being loud and overpowering. And,
Well, when I first, turned around and pointed back towards Yah, I had a lot of guilt, and I also had a lot of conviction, because like every single chapter was convicting me as I was going through it,
right.
from the beginning from the end to the beginning to the end again.
I think everybody has that.
Right.
I think every single
Right.
person out there, from everything that happened to them, that they can consciously remember. Right.
Yeah.
There's little episodes in your life.
These episodes,
that's
yes.
in your brain that it's like it can just be the weirdest thing, but it caused a trauma. We never got resolution with it, and it keeps repeating in some way, shape, or form with
and
everybody else out there.
And like I was talking about before, until we unravel all those
Right.
lies that we've ever told ourselves or that the world has ever told us,
Right.
we have to unravel all those lies to get back
To the truth.
to Adam and Eve, like to the very beginning lie,
Right.
so that we can so that we have the mind of a child before the world and the thoughts have room to grow, right? And the world has the opportunity to change you, because you aren't. I mean, you're still a child. You're growing. You don't know it completely, and when the